Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for joining me on today's episode of Daily Mind Shift. I just want to give you a quick one today. Yesterday, I spoke about normalizing asking for anything you want or need. So today, I want you also to normalize something. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. Normalize going back to school no matter how old you are if you want that. Normalize going back to school no matter how old you are if that is what you want. That's exactly what I want to talk about today because I believe in education, not really the general education and the school system like that. I have faith in that for a while now, but I believe in education. Every single day I educate myself about one or two things. Every single day I will not go to bed without having learned something. I will not go to bed without having personally added education or knowledge to me. So I believe so much in education, and I believe also in schooling, not in the way schooling has been structured for a while now. I think it's outdated, but I believe in some form of schooling, whether it is technical or standard schooling. I believe in it. So if you want to go back to school, do not consider your age. All right, do not consider. Yes, I know it might be difficult. I know you have some responsibilities if you're married, or you have some responsibility if you have a kid or two there. But I get it. But if you want to go back to school, I want you to normalize that. Do you understand? I want you to normalize going back to school no matter how old you are. Do you understand? So imagine with me for a moment. Just imagine with me a scenario where you've always dreamt of pursuing a different career path, or you've always wished that you deepen your knowledge in a specific field. And see, society may tell you that you are too old or that it's too late for you to go back to school. You've always pursue your career in this particular field. You cannot just stop right now and say you want to go back to school and pursue your career in that field and all that. But let me tell you this. Age is just a number. You've heard it before over and over again. This is what it means. Say, it is perceptional. When you consider your age as a prerequisite for you going to school or not, you are missing out. You are missing out on the adventure of a lifetime. You are missing out on the opportunity that awaits you after you are done. Age is merely a number. So by normalizing the idea of returning to school, you open doors to new opportunities and personal growth. And in this day and age, you don't need to go in quote to a physical building of school. There are online schools that abound that gives you knowledge. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm going through a course on human psychology. It's a diploma course. I'm doing it. I'm going back to school. Do you understand me? Even though I work as a sales engineer in an organization, even though I work as a mindset transformation coach as my own personal brand, I still every single day go to school to learn something about human psychology in general, especially human psychology. Do you understand me? So it's important for you to remember that it's never too late to invest in yourself and to pursue your passions. It's never too late. That's just the hallmark of what I'm trying to tell you today. It is not too late to go back to school. It is not too late. So normalize it. Because most often people think the moment you get to a particular age in life, you cannot do some things. No. No, that is wrong. You are in this life to live. So, in whatever capacity, make sure you are living this life abundantly. Nelson Mandela said that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. These profound words reminds us that education has no age limit. So far, you have a dream of changing the world, one community at a time, one person at a time, one society at a time. Let me tell you this. The most powerful weapon that you can use is education. Do you understand me? So by embracing the journey of learning, by equipping yourself with tools Do you understand? With tools that you gain from learning, you create positive change. You create positive change both in your life and in the world around you. You create positive change. So let me give you this tip today. Embrace a growth mindset. You know I'm all for growth mindset. You would have heard me say growth mindset more than 100 times since I started this podcast. So embrace a growth mindset. Understand that learning is a lifelong process. Learning is not 6334 that we practice maybe in Nigeria or Africa in general, or maybe that one is even outdated. I don't know. I'm not privy to educational sector that much, especially these government-backed ones. All right. So let's assume it's still 6334. All right. That means you use 6 years in your primary school, 3 years in junior secondary, 3 years in senior secondary, then you use 4 years standard, 4 years in the university. So, but even you need to know that education, lifelong learning, is beyond that 6334 concept. Do you get? It's a lifelong process. Learning is a lifelong process, and going back to school is a courageous step towards personal development. Going back to school is a courageous step that I want you to normalize taking. Like I said before, it is not about going to a traditional brick and mortar school. There are online schools that are bound that will give you the knowledge that you need to pursue maybe a different career or just to add knowledge to your repertoire. It's important for you to cultivate a mindset that values continuous learning. Cultivate a mindset that believes in your ability to adapt. Do you understand? A mindset that believes in your ability to adapt and thrive in new environment. It starts in your mind. It starts in your mind. You need to shift your mind in that direction that say, I need to continuously learn, and learning is a continuous and lifelong process. There is no matter how old I am, I can still go back to school. I can still go and learn something. I can still go and learn a new skill. No matter how old I think I am, age is just a number. So normalize the idea of returning to school, because by normalizing that idea, you inspire other people too to pursue their own educational aspirations. So if, for example, you dropped out of primary school or you dropped out of secondary school, yes, it has happened. You cannot change that. You can't control what happened and why you dropped out. But that doesn't mean you cannot go back to school and finish your course. That doesn't mean you cannot go back to school and pick a university degree and just dedicate yourself to it and come out even in flying colors. It's not only about going to school just for going sake. It's about going, getting the knowledge, and even coming out with very, very good results. Do you understand me? So it's important that you normalize going back to school. I want you to consider another situation where life circumstances prevented you, like I said before, from completing your education earlier in life. See, I'm telling you, that particular situation abounds, especially in Africa. Many people dropped out, whether some circumstance beyond their control. Maybe the parents don't have necessary school fees to send them to school, or maybe they got pregnant along the way and all that. See, let me tell you this, if you're listening. It is never too late to rewrite your story. This is your story, man. It's never too late to rewrite your story. Normalize the idea of going back to school. Do you understand me? Normalize the idea. Because by you doing that, you are sending a powerful message to yourself and to other people that education is a lifelong pursuit and should never be limited by age or circumstances. Maya Angelou, I love quoting Maya because she's just a phenomenon. She said, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. That means you need creativity to even go to school and all that. So you can use it up. The more you pursue education, the more your brain opens up a new neural pathway so that you become better, you become more creative, you become more intelligent. These particular words of Maya is reminding us that pursuit of knowledge and education ignites our creativity and it helps our personal growth. So seek support. Look for resources. Do you understand me? Going back to school can be intimidating, I know, but you can do it and you don't have to do it alone. Reach out to educational institutions, reach out to community programs, online platforms that will provide you support and guidance, especially for adult learners. So surround yourself with a network of like-minded people who can inspire and encourage you on your journey, on your educational journey. Do you get me? So please, I want you to go out with us. It is crucial for you to normalize the idea of going back to school regardless of your age. By doing that, you destroy barriers that society places on education, and you embrace the limitless possibilities of personal and professional growth.